Yo, what's going on, man? Mouse Fortress here, and this is a very short announcement, okay? Please join my Discord, okay? It's called Mouse Fortress 2. It's a pun on Vader's Fortress in Star Wars, you know, his castle on Mustafar. Very cool, right? Very cool. Join in though. There's plenty to talk about. Marvel, Star Wars, DC, anything, you know? So come on in, join, have some fun. We're a family. And yeah, let's chill. And then let's get this show on the road, man. What's up, YouTube? I'm live right now. YouTube.com/MouseFortress or at the Darth Mal. I'm live playing One Piece later, watching One Piece later too. So come on in, have some fun. But yeah, we live all night tonight. Like I'm gonna be here for like 3 to 4 hours. So it's gonna be a special stream tonight. So Rotten Tomatoes. Like I'm not surprised. I'm just not like, bro. Like I was just saying before I press record, bro. It's like, do you really think every single review on these, review sites are like accurate? There's definitely some kind of interference, and like, like even with the election in real life, like for the president election or any election, it's just like there is no way it's all 100% fair. There's just no way. Like I'm not surprised by this. So shout out Geekdom 101. I'll credit this video in the description, and this channel, he's a GOAT channel. I've made like, I think two or three videos watching his videos so far. So yeah, dude's a GOAT. So shout out Geekdom and let's go.
I'm not gonna say I told you so because I'm not the only one who told you so, but
Right.
now at least it's public. We should talk about this. So Culture Crave dropped a tweet from Vulture stating a PR firm has been manipulating the Rotten.
Sorry for pause, but how you like my new best friend, man? This is my new best friend right here, my comment house hat. Dude, I love this thing. Like, the light's kind of bright here, but dude, I freaking love this hat. Like, it's crazy.
Tomatoes movie scores for over 5 years by paying critics directly. Yeah. And it says here the system is broken, audiences are dumber, normal people don't go through reviews that they used to. Rotten Tomatoes is something the studios can game, so
Yep.
they do.
Yep.
Paul Schrader.
Bro, so um I guess my whole like what's the word? I guess my whole like, the word you have when you like are onto somebody, I guess sus. I guess my suspicion started Rotten Tomatoes like a long time ago, like years ago, because like they were giving the weirdest stuff like the greatest scores. Like She-Hulk got a crazy score on there. I think like 80, I think, or something like that. Like a lot of bad stuff got a lot of good scores on there. And that just told me alone that like something's going on here. Something's going on here. And then like good stuff or fairly decent stuff was getting bad scores. So I'm sitting here like, what's happening right now, you know? Sorry, and make sure my audio was good and quality was good on my phone.
Well, I don't think audiences are dumber. I actually think audiences are smarter. I think
Yeah,
audiences
he's right.
are smarter
He's right.
because most
People are slowly but surely waking up to all this BS. Like he's right. Like we're not dumber. We're definitely smarter, if anything.
of them now go and find content creators who they can relate to give them their movie news and movie reviews.
Drinker.
Very few people that I know of actually read movie reviews anymore, at least in the newspaper and things like that. Only older people do that.
Are people actually reading movie reviews? That's a thing? Man, I'm a baby, bro.
But I've been saying since what, 2018, 2019, I forget when, that Rotten Tomatoes should mean nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not because I knew this, even though I suspected it.
Bro, these freaking
It's
idiots.
because
These idiots gave Last Jedi, Star Wars The Last Jedi, like a 90 or 80. Like, come on now, bro. Now the audience score is it makes sense, but the actual critic score is like a 80, I think. That is the worst Star Wars movie ever made. Like,
The people who vote, not all of them, but a lot of the people who vote, who are critics, who write the reviews, a lot of them approach movie reviewing from their own political perspective. And they tend to favor movies that follow them politically. And it should not be like that. If I watch a film that is supposed to, in some ways, I don't know, some might say Inglorious Bastards, for example. Some people would sit there, and yes, people have said this, that it glorifies Nazism. I don't think it does that at all, because Hitler's still the villain. But
Yeah,
if a movie came out
yeah.
that was like a
Only crybaby losers complain about stuff like that. Oh, it's glorifying. That's not glorifying anything. It's not glorifying anything. Glorifying that would be if it's like pushing the message that he was right and his cause was correct. That would be glorifying it. But like, what do you like? Dudes just spam that word or say that word glorify all the time without having a single clue as to what it actually means. It's so annoying. Like they say that was something else too. I forgot what it was. Um, I forgot, but like, no, that's not how. But like, what?
about Adolf Hitler, right? Where he's the protagonist, even though he's a bad person objectively, it doesn't mean I'm gonna boycott it because he's the main character. I'm gonna see it and see if they get
That's
it
some
right, at
leftist
least
stuff right there.
as
I ain't.
far as what led for him to become what he became. But there's people out there where they would, because of whoever was in office or whatever, they would oftentimes inject their own political biases into their reviews, and it got
Yes,
really
yes,
obnoxious.
bro,
Grace
yes.
Randolph, it got really old.
He said Grace Randolph. No, but that is a fact, bro. Like too many reviewers nowadays put their own like like personal ideals and morals like above the actual like movie. Like they'll give a movie like that movie he just said about Adolf Hitler a 0 out of 10 for the mere fact that they hate Nazis. Like I mean I get it, but it's like that's not the point of reviewing the movie. Was it written good? Was it like did it have good acting? Like that's the point.
And I've been talking about this with the embarrassing
Facts don't care about your feelings.
Rambo 5 reviews that I read off on this channel years ago. Nobody should ever take Rotten Tomatoes seriously.
Mm-hmm.
Not only is it an aggregate score, but it's oftentimes, more often nowadays than before, not a reflection of what the audience actually likes.
Yes.
Now, if the audience score matches up, that's a bit more palatable, but unfortunately, because of the
Yeah, that's the only time I would say for me is that like I would trust Rotten Tomatoes is if the audience score matches up with the critics. Like, say if it's something like I don't know, like She-Hulk, right? If that score was like let's say 40% on one side and 50% on the other side, it's like I trust that review. I would think that it's probably bad. But if it's a film like I don't know, like Star Wars Revenge of the Sith, and the critic score is like a 50 or a 60, and the audience score is like 80 or a 90, like that's at that point I don't trust Rotten Tomatoes. It's like, like they have garbage reviews and they're, I don't know, like I don't trust them. Like their scores are too just weird. And it's not accurate in my opinion to the fans' perception of these products. Like She-Hulk had like an 80. I'm telling you, look up She-Hulk on Rotten Tomatoes. It's like a 70 or an 80. It makes no sense. That show was horrible. Everyone hated that show. Now it has a small like cult fan base on Twitter. I've seen that, but it's like from what I've seen on the internet, people don't like that show. Like I've seen more hate for She-Hulk than love.
hacking and the rumors of like bots coming in and all this stuff. Can you really trust that? No. The best thing to do is to go and watch someone, not saying it has to be me, but I appreciate you if you do, who actually you respect their opinion, who's going to give it to you and say, okay, I like this, I didn't like it, here's why I think you'll like it, etc., without inserting their own political bias. Now it's pretty
Yeah.
much been stating that all these movie scores, all these movie scores on Rotten Tomatoes, like the actual percentage, means nothing. It means less than nothing. If there's a PR firm that's been doing this to get bad movies seen, it's, I mean, people
Crazy.
talk about how there are content creators who are shills, and trust me, I've known a few of them. I have been friends, not so much anymore, with a couple of people who were what I would consider a shill. I don't think everybody who says like positive things about Star Wars is a shill. That's not what I'm saying. But there
Yeah, you sure about that? Geekdom
are
up.
people who are obvious shills. And there are some that have admitted to me privately that they're shills. I'm not going to name no names right now.
Imagine being a shill for anything. That just sounds so boring, bro. Like just having the same take for everything. That sounds boring. That sounds so boring, dude. Like, oh, I love this movie. I love this. I love everything. I love it all. Like, that's so boring.
But
This chair is messing up.
this at least hopefully will give people even more evidence to not give a damn what Rotten Tomatoes says. Go out there and seek a reviewer who you trust. Doesn't
Go to IMDb
even have to be a video review. It could be a written
or
review, a
Metacritic.
blog or something. Get multiple opinions before you spend your money. Or if you've got one of those AMC apps, you know, like AMC Stubbs A-List, where you can just go see 3 movies a week and not have to worry about paying anything extra for them, which is what I do, then just do that. You know, you're gonna... Worst thing that can happen is you waste 2 hours. It sucks, I know, but, you know, you'll at least know if you liked it. That way you never have to worry about seeing it again. But if not, then
Oh, look, see something right here. That thumbnail is my exact case. Like I was trying to say earlier, my exact point I was trying to say earlier. Look at this, bro. 31%, but the audience score is 85. Like at that point, why would I trust this site? At that point, why would I trust this review? You know, that's a major difference in like scores. And I'm pretty sure the same was done for Scott Pilgrim versus the World. Like people love like love is an understatement for that movie. Like people are addicted. Like it's a cult. Like, they have a cult fan base for Scott Pilgrim versus the World. Cult like fan base for Scott Pilgrim versus the World. But it's like the scores gave it like a freaking 40 or 50. I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it was low. But the audience score was like a like 80 or 90, I think. But yeah, I don't trust Rotten Tomatoes. It's garbage. Like it's dumb. And honestly, like the whole idea of 2 different scores is dumb to me too. Like, why is there 2 different scores? Like, it should just be one score.
that works. Just don't ever trust Rotten Tomatoes, and this pretty much proves it. Rotten Tomatoes is garbage, and hopefully now other people are seeing it and now they understand.
Yep.